Howdy, folks. This is Iran Z from the Iran's Black Museum. Today's topic from the Facts from the Black Museum, we will be taking a deep dive in the life of Nat Love, aka Red River Dick, aka Deadwood Dick. Stay tuned. At the end of this movie, I will give you an overstanding of Nat Love and the Black Cowboys. Dr. Ordy Amber, will you start us out?
Nat Love, sometimes spelled Nate Love, 123, June 1854, 1921, was an African-American cowboy and former slave in the period following the American Civil War. His exploits have made him one of the most famous black heroes of the Old West. Love was born a slave on the plantation of Robert Love in Davidson County, Tennessee around 1854. His father was a slave foreman on the plantation's fields, and his mother the manager of its kitchen. Love had two siblings, an older sister, Sally, and an older brother, Jordan. Despite slavery-era statutes that outlawed black literacy, he learned to read and write as a child with the help of his father, Samson. When slavery ended, Love's parents stayed on the Love plantation as sharecroppers, attempting to raise tobacco and corn on about 20 acres, but Samson died shortly after the second crop was planted. Afterward, Nat took a second job working on a local farm to help make ends meet. At about this time, he was noted as having a gift for breaking horses. After some time of working extra odd jobs in the area, he won a horse in a raffle, which he then sold back to the owner for $50. He used the money to leave town and, at the age of 16, headed west.
Thank you, Doctor. Next, we will explore Nat Love's life as a cowboy. John Walter McClain IV, how would you like to get us started here?
Love traveled to Dodge City, Kansas, where he found work as a cowboy with cattle drivers from the Duval Ranch, located on the Palo Duro River in the Texas Panhandle. That, according to his autobiography, Love fought cattle rustlers and endured inclement weather. He trained himself to become an expert marksman and cowboy, for which he earned from his co-workers the moniker Red River Dick. In 1872, Love moved to Arizona, where he found work at the Gollinger Ranch located along the Gila River site. He wrote in his autobiography that while working the cattle drives in Arizona he met Pat Garrett, Bat Masterson, Billy the Kid, and others.
Laura, maybe you can tell us how he got the name Deadwood Dick.
After driving a herd of cattle to the railhead in Deadwood, Dakota Territory, he entered a rodeo on the 4th of July in 1876. Enticed by the $200 prize money, he won the rope, throw, tie, bridle, saddle, and bronco riding contests. It was at this rodeo that he claims friends and fans gave him the nickname Deadwood Dick, 5'6", a reference to a literary character created by Edward Lytton Wheeler, a dime novelist of the day. 17. Capture and escape. Edit. In October 1877, Love writes that he was captured by a band of Pima Indians while rounding up stray cattle near the Gila River in Arizona. Although he claimed to have received over 14 bullet wounds in his career, with several received in his fight with the Native Americans while trying to avoid capture, Love wrote that his life was spared because the Indians respected his heritage, a large portion of the band themselves being of mixed blood. The band of Native Americans nursed him back to health, wishing to adopt him into the tribe. Eventually, Love writes, he stole a pony and escaped into West Texas.
Thank you, Dr. Ordy Amber. Maybe we can get a little insight on life after he was a cowboy. Dr. John Walter McClain IV, how would you like to take us a little deeper dive into Nat Love's life after being a cowboy?
Mounted on my horse, my lariat near my hand, and my trusty guns in my belt, I felt like I could defy the world. Love decided he needed to leave the cowboy life. He married his wife Alice in 1889 and settled down, initially in Denver, taking a job in 1890 as a Pullman porter, which involved overseeing sleeping cars on the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad. While working for the railroad, He and his family resided in several western states, before finally moving to Southern California. In 1907, Love published his autobiography entitled Life and Adventures of Nat Love, better known in the cattle country as Deadwood Dick, by himself, which greatly enhanced his legacy, for Love spent the latter part of his life as a courier and guard for a Los Angeles securities company. He died there in 1921, at the age of 67.
Thank you, Dr. John. Dr. Ordy Amber, maybe we can get you to tell us a little bit about Nat Love in popular culture.
Joe R. Lansdale used Love in the novellas Nine Hide and Horns, which was published in the anthology Subterranean Online, 2009, and Saldierin, which was published in the anthology Warriors, 2010, in the novella Black Hat Jack, 2014, and the novel Paradise Sky, 2015. Comics Edit. In 2012, was published a graphic novel about Nat Love, Best Shot in the West, by Patricia and Frederick McKissack, script, and Randy Duberk, drawings. 8. In 2018, the Italian publishing house Sergio Bonelli Editore adapted the stories of Lansdale to comic series Deadwood Dick, with scripts by Michele Masiero, Maurizio Colombo, and Mauro Baselli, and art by Corrado Mastantuono, Pascal Frisenda, and Stefano Andre Uxi 9. In the television film, The Cherokee Kid, 1996, Nat Love is portrayed by Ernie Hudson. In They Die by Dawn, 2013, Love is portrayed by Michael K. Williams. Living History Edit. In Love on the Range, a first-person interpretation program at the Smithsonian Museum, Nat Love is played by Xavier Carnegie.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ordy Amber. Well, cowpokes, that's about it on the story of Nat Love. But I want to tell you a few things. One, most of the cowboys were all black. I know you might say that in the TV, the movies that you've seen, all the cowboys have been white, and every now and then you see a black cowboy. But as a matter of fact, most of the cowboys were black, because they would call the black man, no matter how young or how old, boy. And the white man, they would call ranchers, cattlemen, herdsmen, ranch hands, trail bosses. But if you were black, you got the name boy, cowboy. But as time went on, some of the blacks who were taking the horses from Texas up to Kansas would forget to go back to Texas. And so the stories of the cowboys got to be romanticized. Then all of a sudden, now the white folks, they wanted to be cowboys. So now everybody was a cowboy except the black. But the facts from the Black Museum states that the first cowboys were black. And a lot of the cowboys, there were some cowboys that were gangsters, rustlers, and there were a lot like Nat Love who were nice and legendary. But do your own reading and your own research, and come back and visit us right here at the Facts from the Black Museum. Adios, amigos.